wabese some of the media dechi any workers they say munya demonstration you beton Valco all these things this issue one issue me say dede aba ho nan saying a lot of people talking about Valco and my own senior brother Captain Smart. Recently I saw Captain Smart speak on Valco. We are poised to revive Valco.
Out of what sense she shabium inti Kevin Taylor about fire Captain Smart any Valco boss and as a Valco CEO over rumors I circulating on 10 times when che biaye Captain Smart eba fire out himself Valco person monton now of the true story behind it according to Kevin Taylor Valco ain't here a very big amount of money to push it. Na sisi and say Valco is operating for only 20%. I was say Valco into me working 100%. Now in order to say Valco bet me working 100%, no, they need investors. Kevin Taylor Barbon say be breaking down information at Chichim say encrophobia confusing Captain Smart spread the wrong perception and as a narrative concerning Valco. Out of what Kevin Taylor Babe fire, Wakasafa Captain Smart who Kasafa Valco, boss no, meche CEO no, name commode ababe to jan out of 1 year easy. Mepe say biti in common na fade mammy who was wearing chair, I will comment no more.
Okay, Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa, the land minister, or say, a buying way, it's your mutimu pro, say, Valco did the say Jinan and now recently you see a lot happening and recently I saw my own senior brother Captain Smart make a lot of noise about Valco ayebeton Ghana fuja padi ayebeton ama ankrankra. And in fact majority of the documents are shown they are legit. Now normally assembly hona eba the narrative ayebeto asem no so no and then mani pe bi say maybe when somebody is bringing money to invest in Valco, no, it is bad news. Say yenya butre an chire asem mu ye amfa nchire Ghana ni na. Say Ghana ni to one ajebe ne say politicians are the same. Of course, 2022 and Ekufuado all the way from 2017 to 2022 and Ekufuado are buying na ajune say obema investor aba be so Valco mu. Why? Because at the end of the day say Valco si won anya djuma Ghana 1 yenya so mfaso 2 yenya nipa ema Valco emfo mu djuma enti Valco should work now then bema Valco aye djuma. Now there are people Valco issue where abana sebio creative impression, and I'm not blaming Captain Smart because somebody might have briefed him wrongly. Minim said there are people with special interest in this Valco issue. Your uncle Fobi Oha, interest, no, a young chain Ghana in interest. And obviously, I understand Captain Smart when he was speaking passionately about Valco. Why any say a ton Valco, and he say any investor about Valco, because we all want to protect Ghana property. Say Ghana Japadi no at the point in Ghana for the no. We all want to do what? Make sure say Adebe Ghana Diabia aka Ghana. But the only way Adebe Ghana Diabia na Ghana Japa Diabia you better sustain no sika enemano edien yetumi sustaining. Without money, you to be sustaining anything Ghana dia. Inti si kasa anase nipa bi briefia. We need to sometimes sit back and ask ourselves say nipa na ehina o free ba. The interest in saying, let me show you this. This man, he is the CEO of Valco. The Robert Makila Sabriam. Now, this man, I am telling you, and I'm going to tell you on authority. Valco in some his interests, the kind of things they are getting from Valco. Valco na esiwana yesi enye juma no. There are some people who are making millions out of Valco na yesi ako bankrupt no. There are some people who are still making money out of Valco because you see the moment a Valco beko full operational and I say 100% operational right now Valco is working just 20%. Open the capacity now only 20% in a year juma. And the question is, why should Valco be working 20%? Abrank a bit my 100%, the capacity. The reason is that this CEO, honest some people want some interest to be. They are doing everything possible to make sure Valco ain't any strategic investor. Now let me tell you for a fact, Valco ain't $750 million before Valco can work 100%. Etimi afa nipa to its capacity. Etimi aye effective. Etimi raise sika. Etimi provide and I say etimi supply the local market. Valco will need $750 million. Now the question here is, and I understand Captain Smart, he's passionate, and the other people are, this man basically is selling some message out there. The real picture, no, he doesn't want to sell it to Ghanaians. Valco has $750 million. How are we going to get $750 million to revive Valco? The CEO of the company has not been able to tell us how he will be able to raise $750 million. And I'm telling you on record, the government of Ghana does not have $750 million sitting there to pump into Valco. So how are we going to get Valco to work? Because Valco needs to work. So Valco here juma 100% full capacity. Valco ya befa Ghana for juma anameboa. Upia brewa baby oko wato de say fa. All that we need is Valco should work and Ghanaians are supposed to be employed. Now, if you're a CEO of Valco, now till now, untumi nchireme how you can raise $750 million to put Valco to work at its full capacity, then you don't deserve to be the CEO. You need to be sacked. Inti sanka abrochira anka at this point nka CEO enka pamono. You know why? Your job as a CEO is to make sure say Valco the amount salary every month. Your amount incentives no. When to your Valco aye adwuma ma yemfaso 100%. So when to me anya sa now CEO now we no emfaso ni so I was see a pamon. Now you ask yourself, amount for the day and a Valco, ye beton Valco, yedia, yes. Your share swim, yes. Na Valco nankasa no, efri hin bedru ha. You see, sometimes let's put our personal issues aside. Let's put a bibia a friend. Maybe we become so emotional about matters. Majority of the time, let's look at the issue critically. 2026 even America, Obaha. There are companies that want European partners. There are companies in America are almost Chinese partners. There are companies in China, they want American partners. There are companies in Europe, they want Asian partners. So you cannot build your nation in isolation. You just have to be strategic about who invests in your nation and how much you give them or how much access you give them. Because we are in an era you cannot put your hand in your pocket and say, may you $750 million. Looking at the risk involved, you know. So because me babe say you look at the risk and say, okay, Valco this in Chrome, Masasi see. So take this risk now. Why not? Because how many years na Valco etuo? How many people na Valco efo mejuma? Now look at this. The background of Valco. Ya nipa bebre Ghana ya ka bibia to trim Valco sika oho ya beton ama obi. We need to sometimes sit back they you say questions and then they be say okay say the Valco ya the investors be ka Valco mu a na so mdo sika be shima e be boye ana say emboye. These are the simple questions we need to be asking. And about hey asembe ni and way you say ya no end to me chichire man no me say America cry America no omu hia strategic partners. China, they are calling for strategic partners. Europe, go there and see. We are not better than these countries. We are living in a global world whereby you cannot live in isolation. You cannot run an economy in isolation. You still need people who are ready to commit to also come in and work with you. Because one, the government wants to create job opportunities for its people. In Valco, 100% full capacity. So why should we try to make it look like, say, Valco, dancing, na obi betam dancing, they are called? No. That is why we have people who think through matters, draw plan, have MOUs, sign contracts. Contracts are for these kind of things. So I will sign a contract now. Your country should be in your interest. And someone sign a contract. But the moment you sounded to say, Valco they see one. They say Valco is another 10 years. Who is going to bring $750 million? Who? But your young man be a core tech. Your young man be a opese osien oye juma or Ghana ha or what skill no? Who is going to provide the $750 million? Who? Now let's go back a little bit. Now you check it. Valco nankasa. Ain't the free na bedru ha. See a TSC ye be say okay. At this point, you know, Ghana as a country, your shares of Valco no is saying. Ghana as a nation, say a mayor shares ni biko baby and for so send you benya. These are things we need to look at. Now look, a casual look at Valco history buttresses the case for equity partnership as against sole government ownership. The data shows that Valco was a profit-making company when its ownership or management was composed of private sector only or by private sector and government. Below is a brief Inti Valco nankasa e yankran bi na tie enya Ghana dia from beginning. Omo mo chechire Valco no na mo enya aban. Inti Valco na hu nsa no eye nipa bi dom de omusika chechire Valco. Enya Ghana aban na sorry am ka say omo chechire Valco. Valco no ye obi ankran bi sika nom de ye at a point and be Ghana dia yeso benya shares wom. Inti mema obi an create impression bi to say yen ye tie sika esi Valco ena Valco no yen na na si ye ena yen tumi mo bi invest eye nipa bi na di omusika be si ye ena sa nipa no at a point no omo entumi ade am manage ena Ghana so ye den yeso ye be ye den ye benya shares wom nti let nobody make it look like say Valco no eye yen na naja padie bi ena yen na naja guo ena yen na dabi. There's a reason and we always have to go back, take it from the back. When we take it from the back, we will understand. All right, Mrs. We will understand where the issue is coming from. The CEO, only some group will be almost interested in Valco. As we speak today, they are making millions from Valco. Almost blocking the strategic partnership of Valco. That is what is going on. Now, in 1964, all the way to 2003, marks the strategic partnership era. Valco was set up as a strategic partnership. That is Kaiser. That company, a friend Kaiser, no more 90% shares or Valco. And there were another company, a friend Reynolds, or you can also call them Aqua. They also had 10%. Internet, two private entities are Nana Valco Yomudia. A company called Kaiser and a company called Aqua. Omumienu and another Valco Yomudia. Nanya Ghana for dia. We did not own a share in Valco. And now say the two trim. Now, along the way, and it operated with consistent profitability. Government of Ghana had no shares in Valco. It was 100% private sector owned. In Memobi and Television can just say, and a comment Kumaya Valco, and a Valco, and any see a in Human Kobe private companies been a see Valco near any shares womb. Now, what happened along the way? And remember, omo see Valco way. Some be seen where asase so. Adentini enka say omo koromu tutu Valco nko. But at the end of the day, technically, abe dia, even though private investors they be see, omo ja omo ko en sa be Ghana dia, esi asase so. Enya do betu akọ. So that is one advantage. Say oko into a strategic partnership. These are the things you look out for before you go into partnership. And then how they call into partnership, no. At the end of the day, Ebeka ukrom, dia. That is the first thing you look at. So being to mean to fan and you will still benefit from it. Now, 2003 to 2008, the era of traditional decline. Now, transitional decline. Now, from 2003 to 2008, a hot and a problem started to say AC. This is what it says. Following Kaiser going into receivership, the government of Ghana, that's GOG, acquired 90% ownership. Into Kaiser for no more 90%, you know, at a point, on your margin say 90%, you know, they don't want to own it again. Into Ghana government, AGA. Into technically, at a point from 2003 to 2008, you know, Valco ebe yedia. 90% technically ebe yedia. Now, after this acquisition, Valco took a nosedive and started recording a sharp decline in gains characterized by a series of plant shutdowns, such that presently there is only one fully functional cell out of the 6. Valco has 6 plants in the Ejimo. 2008 a government of Ghana ebenya 90% eye control over Valco no and Valco study say egu abaya ban dia now unim je sene Ghana ban ye manage nyoma yeti krom ha majority of aban ejapade nyina ye ne Ghana for ye de hye yensa ne asɛ no enti time na Valco eye adwuma 2003 to 2008 ebe hye Ghana for nsa ye be oni no fully no Valco started taking a nose dive almost sem started say aban nipa yafa omo se omunkoye adwuma ho no and study so mu di Valco sika. They didn't care because I aban adwuma enti Ghana be solve Valco no afei na Valco sika sem nyina say adentina it is important to say edum rebia or some private sector no ebe part of a government investment. That is the supervision part of it. Anytime a buying ejuma ye the private sector a partner a buying ejuma na